Barack Obama, speaking of people who are totally empty inside, here's what he tweeted. And this, honest to God, I saw this and I just stared at it for a minute because I thought this is so on the nose. Did he really tweet this? This has got to be some kind of Photoshop, some kind of joke, but it's not. So Barack Obama tweeted, as we grieve the children of Uvalde today, we should take time to recognize that 2 years have passed since the murder of George Floyd under the knee of a police officer. His killing stays with us all to this day, especially those who loved him. And he continues. In the aftermath of his murder, a new generation of activists rose up to challenge their anguish into organized action, launching a movement to raise awareness of blah, blah, blah. Okay, I don't give a damn. He's tying it into George Floyd. Because Barack Obama was upset. I guess yesterday was, the second anniversary of George Floyd's death, and people weren't talking about that, so he wanted to find a way to loop it all back around. Hey, I know you guys are mourning today over the fact that 20 children were killed, but remember George Floyd? That's what we really should be talking about. Okay, George Floyd was a violent criminal lowlife, hopped up on fentanyl, who died while resisting arrest because he was trying to pass counterfeit bills. And you're putting him in the same sentence as innocent children who were slaughtered in mass at school? Like these are comparable in any way whatsoever? And after he tweeted this, of course, the left is defending him, and I started seeing these other articles that have been written recently. There was one, I think it was in the Atlantic, I don't remember, lamenting the fact that, George Floyd's memory is fading. We're all forgetting about George Floyd already. Well, first of all, I wish, but second, why shouldn't it fade? Why should we remember his death exactly? No one's ever really explained that. Like, lots of people die in this country every single day. And there are certain people who are worthy of being remembered and mourned by the entire nation. And many of them are not, though. But there are certain people who are worthy of that. All the children who were killed in the mass shooting. Yes, remember and mourn them, the entire nation, the entire world. That is a tragedy worthy of which calls to be remembered and mourned. But George Floyd, just some criminal scumbag who forced his way into a woman's home and robbed her at gunpoint? And despite what we're told, no, he never cleaned his life up. Well, he cleaned his life up, but he died hopped up on fentanyl trying to pass counterfeit bills. Like, that's how he cleaned his life up? No, it's just a criminal. A man who was a predator, preyed on his own community. Never contributed anything worthwhile to his community, only contributed fear and crime and violence to it. Oh, we're forgetting George Floyd, so? That would actually be a sign of progress. It is a sick society that specially remembers and mourns somebody like George Floyd. And it's an even sicker society that puts him on the same level and puts his death at the same level of tragedy as 20 kids who were killed. But this is all kind of, it's like wishful thinking, because in actuality, George Floyd is not being forgotten, and he's the one. He still has his monuments and streets named after him, and he's going to have schools named after him soon enough. And he's got the murals. No, it's these kids who were killed. They're the ones, outrageously, tragically, who end up getting forgotten almost immediately. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with all your friends.